Hi, I'm Christina Applegate.
And I'm Jamie-Lynn Sigler.
And this is Messy. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Our guest today means more to me than most people in my life. She is a phenomenal actress, an incredible human being, a beautiful mother, beautiful wife. She has been around kicking ass for more years than any of us could possibly imagine or hope to still be kicking ass. She is my dearest, my nearest, and my love. She is the very elderly. Hey, I've been around for 50 of those too. My beautiful friend, Jean. I'm sorry, Jean Smart.
Wow.
Hi, my love, Jean.
Oh, baby girl, love you.
I love you so much. For people that don't know, Jean and I did a show together called Samantha Who with a real bunch of bad actors. Just like a real shit show of
not remotely
talented groups.
Well, you were paying your dues. You know, you got to do that in this business.
Yeah, I mean, Jean and I had to hold it all up together. Just
oh my god, yeah.
Melissa McCarthy, Kevin Dunn, Esposito, Barry Watson. It was a magical time. So that's how Jean and I met, and she's been a part of my life and many New Year's Eves that we spent together over the years that were supposed to end at 9 and would end at 4 a.m. So anyway, there you go, Jean.
Those were good times.
Welcome, Jean.
Thank you.
Yes.
Happy to be here.
Truly. You know, one of my favorite parts about having Christina's friends on this podcast, even though this show is going to be about you, is I love when she gets opportunities to reminisce and be reminded of how incredible she is and how talented she is and special she is. So this is always a treat for me because I love to hear people from other people who love her and her to just be reminded of all that.
Oh, exactly. And in fact, my dear friend Cassie, her husband Mark Sadler, was the rigging gaffer on Christina's show, and he just sings her praises to the skies.
I love a good crew. You know me, Jeannie.
No, you do. I've never seen anybody. You know what? Hannah Einbinder's just like you, like that. I mean, it's like she instantly becomes like best friends with every single person on the crew. She hangs out with them and arranges get-togethers and just like you did. I mean, Christina did a reunion of our crew, I swear, every year at the Laurel Tavern for umpteen years.
Yeah. I can't get rid of Mitch. Just can't get rid of him. Just kidding.
Is that the sound guy?
Yeah, that's the famous sound guy.
My God.
No, I bring Mitch on everything I do. And one thing that some people do know and maybe don't know, but when I was doing Dead to Me in the last season, when I was so sick, Mitch would lay on the ground and hold my legs up during a scene so I didn't fall over. So he is like, you do meet these people. But anyway, we're kind of talking about me. Jamie, talk to Jean about Jean.
No, but let me tell you really quick the funny story. You know it, Christina, about Mitch. My late husband would pretend that he was very jealous of my imaginary boyfriend, Mitch. And I'd say, yeah, well, anyway, I'd come home later. So he goes, oh, wow, were you with Mitch? How's Mitch? Because I came home and told him one day, because I thought it was hysterically funny. The sound man, who was always Mitch, who was always putting a microphone in my cleavage, he was just hilarious. And one day he was and I always had cleavage on that show. And he's putting the mic in there. And one day he just turns to the side and he goes, hold my feet, I'm going in. I just about collapsed laughing. And I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. So, of course, I came home and told my husband thinking he would find it hilarious. He found it marginally hilarious. And
marginally?
After that, it was like, oh, how's Mitch? How's your boyfriend?
So funny. It's funny. My husband, who I've been with since we did Samantha Who, he also had like a weird thing about Mitch. And it's so funny because Mitch is like my little brother. I mean, I've known Mitch since high school. We went to high school. Yeah, we went to high school together.
I did not know
for 1 week. So I can't, we can't compare, but he like befriended me because I was like alone and I was like the dirty girl and he was like the dirt, we just like the dirty kid sitting at the dirty kid table. Anyway, so we've known each other for so long, but do you remember when he and I did that spoof on 16 Candles?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And then Martine was in it, like yelling, because we did it because Martine would be like, what's going on with you and Mitch? I'm like, he's the only man I'll let do weird stuff to me, because sound people do weird stuff to you. They stick their hands up your shirt, down on your pants.
Very intimate. You have to
have a good relationship with them.
Oh, no. A friend of mine was doing a movie, and the sound guy had to put a thigh mic on her every day. And after about 2 weeks, she said, you do that one more time, you have to marry me. Yeah. And he did. He did.
What?
Oh, that's a beautiful love story.
Oh, thank you.
Creepy and lovely.
I was going to say.
He had to get divorced first before he could marry her, though.
Oh, well, I'm glad they went through the process.
Yes, they did.
Well, yeah, because sound guys are either great or creepy, because we've all had a creepy sound guy, right? Or at least, no? Just me?
Well, except that now I think they kind of go out of their way to have a same-sex sound person, because of Me Too and You Too and Us Too.
Everybody too. All the twos.
All the twos. Yeah.
I would say to Mitch, because sometimes you drop your line down your leg, but then you're, up here. And sometimes it would get caught like in my underwear. And I'd always be at the end of the day, I'm like, have fun with that wire. It's been in my underwear for 15 hours.
Get the net. It's a big one.
Get the net. It's the big one.
No one said it was an easy job.
Oh my God. How do I even segue into like things that we should be talking about with you?
Well, I can
you
try.
Do it. She's really good at segueing.
I'm not really good, but I try.
I'll just go on and on about one thing for like an hour.
That's an important skill as well, Christina. You've been part of so many shows, and really important shows and wonderful shows at different times. Is there a recipe you can put your finger on of like what each of those experiences had in common, of like why they are and were what they were?
Yeah, I've just been insanely lucky, but I think I've always tried to make decisions for good reasons. After a while, I had a little bit of a luxury of not having to take something just for the money, which I know is an incredible luxury for actors. But I never wanted to make any decisions based on that. And, I didn't grow up with any money. I didn't, but I just knew that if I went down that road, I was never going to have the career I wanted. But it was always like, is it well-written material? Is it something that I won't embarrass my parents? Is it something that is with really talented, cool people? I've just been constantly amazed still that I'm getting offered these incredible roles.
But they've all had very important like commentary and like important things to say. I find, like, obviously, especially with Hacks, but then like even Designing Women, like they were moments for women, and they touched on conversations that people weren't really necessarily willing to have, but needed to.
Yeah, like Mare of Easttown and Watchmen. I mean, two things that I enjoyed so much, but also I was incredibly proud of because they were just so incredibly well done. And Watchmen, I mean, my God, I mean, that shined a light on part of our history that most people had never even heard of, which was shocking, and including myself. And it just was, I don't know. Although I got that one because Sigourney Weaver turned it down. So thank you, Sigourney.
Well, yeah.
That's how it goes.
That's right.
But it's like when I look at like your body of work is so insane and how talented you are. I mean, I had the pleasure of, 2 years. I wish it was longer to work with you. Oh my God. You know what I always think of is he's a vegetarian and you're like, it's salad. And I'm like, with chicken. And we go back and forth between her really trying to convince me that it's a vegetarian salad because it's salad, but it was chicken salad. And
changes.
It was the weird, and we just kept going and saying it over and over.
And you say, Mom, I told you he's a vegetarian. why did you make chicken salad? I said, it's salad. She'd look at me and say, it's chicken salad. I said, I know, it's salad. We just went back and forth till it was just nuts.
So we overstepped our boundaries at that point, but it was so much fun.
Way beyond the limits of Mars.
I had more fun working with you than I swear. Our scenes together were like, I loved the days that it's like, it's Jean scenes today, because I knew that I was going to be brought up as a human being and an actor and everything else because of you. But
also the first scene where you're still unconscious in the hospital. Wasn't that just crazy shit to you?
Yep.
Remember
Aunt Polly. She's trying to explain to me who my aunt is. Because if people don't know about the show, I play an amnesiac who wakes up from a coma and doesn't know who she is or who anyone in her life is. And you say something about this Aunt Polly, and I'm like, who? And you slowed it down and said it really loud, as if then that my character was going to get it.
Yeah.
Aunt Polly. No.
Meanwhile, you didn't even know it was your mother.
I think that was all you. That was not scripted to make it like that slow and loud.
Like you were a deaf tourist.
Yes, exactly.
It sounds like it was really hard not to laugh all the time on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had fun. Then Jennifer Esposito and Melissa McCarthy, two of the funniest women ever. I mean, it was nuts. Yeah. It was incredible.
What a dream.
They were, yeah. And to know that like Melissa, her trajectory hadn't started yet. And that to know that I told her after seeing her in the Groundlings, I said, I can't wait for the world to get to see what you can do. And when they do, it's over. And we're done. And it was. And I want to ask her I want to borrow like $3 or $4 million from her. That's all. So all my successful friends, I always ask, can I just have like maybe 5 million?
I think you're pushing it with 5. 3 to 4 is more reasonable.
Oh my God.
4.250. But let me ask you, because everything you have done is so freaking amazing, but has there been anything that like you thought was shit? I want to know, like,
not in recent history.
Sure, not you.
No, but I was going to say earlier was that I had done a pilot several years ago, and they were able to hold us forever. I mean, it went on for like 2 years, and I needed to make money, and I just thought and I had real issues with the script, and I talked to the producers, and we just dragged on and on and on. And then they finally, after like a year and a half, sent me the rewrite. And it seemed as if they'd gone out of their way to not only not address any of my concerns, but to actually do the opposite of what I wanted. And I just remember thinking, I know I should take this job, but I can't. I won't be able to look myself in the mirror. I can't. And I've never backed out of a job. I've never, it's not, but it had been like almost 2 years. So I finally told my agents, I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. And the next day they called me and said, well, Noah Hawley wants you to come in and meet him and audition for Fargo. And I thought,
wow.
Okay.
Oh my God.
There's a beautiful example.
Yeah.
Like it kind of freaks me out. Like I know you, but like, when I'm talking to you, I'm like, I'm really like talking to fucking royalty, man. Like, I'm sorry. I know you don't like so much cussing. Jean doesn't like so much cussing.
I've gotten
She's too classy for us.
You used to tell me I had a potty mouth, which I do. But that's why people.
Now I have another teenager, so it's like.
Yes. How old is he now?
He's 15.
Wait,
Wow.
Forrest is 15.
Yeah.
Wow. He's such a cool dude. I mean, I'd love to know him, I just get to see him.
He's an extraordinary person. He's lovely, actually.
And I love that he's always your date to award shows.
A very, very good date. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I created a monster, though. And the first time I got on the red carpet, it was like, well, aren't you going to do any more interviews? We'll do a couple more. I'm going no, it's fine. Let's just go in and find our seats. Okay.
Oh, I know. I've created one too, because Sadie now, like, she's my date to everything now. And then she wants to like meet everyone. And then if someone so's not there, like whoever, Natasha Leone, there you go. That's like her, like one of her favorites. And I had to walk across the entire Emmys audience to go get Natasha Leone and bring her all the way across. And, I don't walk very well. Hi, handicapped, to bring her over to Sadie for them to meet, stuff like that. So she's like big time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We had a premiere party a couple weeks ago, and Forrest saw this influencer that he just like flipped out over, that he had been following, that he got to meet. He was very excited. And then he just about died because he got to meet Christopher Lloyd, because Christopher did an episode on our show.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
He was just blown away. Yeah.
Wait, what does he love Christopher Lloyd from? I'm sorry, my brain's
Back to the Future.
No, I mean, of course. Oh, Back to the Future. I didn't know if he was a Back to the Future guy. I was like, was it Taxi or was it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but going back briefly to what you were saying of just that power of saying no, and just being able to honor like your heart and not feeling compromised, even in a moment where you could have totally justifiably been like, I got to just take this job. I have a family. This is my job. Yeah. I think people forget, like, we're still making money. This is our job.
Yes, you pay the mortgage. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just, I love hearing stories like that, because I feel, especially as women, we so rarely get opportunities to listen to that voice and follow through with that voice. And it takes a lot of practice to be able to do that, and a lot of strength. And so thank you for sharing that, because I love hearing that. I think it's an important reminder.
Well, I did feel like I was being rewarded for being true to myself. I'm not that I felt good about saying no, but because it had dragged on for almost 2 years, I felt sort of had the right to say, this just isn't working for me, because I was miserable.
Support for the Messy podcast comes from Vuori. If you guys were ever wondering what Christina and I look like when we're recording this podcast, I can pretty much guarantee you that we are both sitting here, cozy, comfy in our Vuori. If you don't know about Vuori, oh my God, do yourself a favor, okay? It is the best performance apparel on the market, in my opinion. And also, they want a happier, healthier planet. Vuori offsets 100% of their carbon footprint. And since 2019, they have also offset 100% of their plastic footprint. So good on you and good for them. It's incredibly versatile. It's comfortable, designed to look great in everyday life, which means inside, outside the gym, when you're recording your podcast, when you're picking up your kids, whatever it is. It's perfect for any activity, any type of workout. And like I said, they are probably the softest, best looking athleisure wear on the market. So Vuori is an investment in your happiness. And for our listeners who we love so much, they are offering 20% off your first purchase. So get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at vuori.com/messy. That's VUORI.com/messy. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but you can enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. So go to vuori.com/messy and discover the versatility of Vuori clothing.
I was going to say something that, Jamie and I talk about too is boundaries too. And I didn't know how to have boundaries before I became disabled. And that freedom now of being able to say no more than I say yes and to protect myself is, that's such a hard thing for women in this industry to say no, right? I mean,
absolutely. Even in life, forget this business, but Like we always want to be the ones that, are the team players and the good sports and the facilitators and make everything okay. Don't rock the boat, and I'm still learning how to say no. And my kids are always after me saying, why did you say yes to that? Or why are you going to this thing? Well, I should because my friend, but they go, oh my God, then stop saying you're stressed,
Right. That's the thing too. And I think for me now, I have to if I'm asked about something, I have to look at A, B, C, D, and E. And if any of those things makes my stomach hurt, I have to say no, because now it's like my quality of life is taken away from me, and I'm going to resent everybody there and everything that I'm doing. And even if I had to do something recently and it was really difficult to have to do because it was flying somewhere and stuff. And, the good outweighed the bad, but most of the time I'm like, if it's giving me an ounce of stress in my mind, then no, but then I know it's like, we can't sometimes say it because then we're whatever. Go ahead. Sorry.
But that's why I think for you, Christina, at least I can see it from the outside. And I'm sure you've seen this in your life, Jean. Like sometimes the shitty hands that you're dealt and the harder things that life can hand to you can be the gifts, though, in helping you find your power and your voice. And I hate that the way you and we and many people like us have to suffer physically, but I do feel like it's also an opportunity for us to really get empowered from it. And I have been witness to you being able to say no and have your boundaries and be able to stand up for yourself in a way that I don't know if you would have found without this, or maybe
I would have been pushing.
Yeah.
And if not for you, Jamie, but with Jeannie, I know that you've had, some stuff going on in your life and everything. And I've watched you push through things. And
well, yeah, that's the thing. When we both have health issues that are exacerbated by stress, and it's just not, you got to just say, something I was asked a question in an interview about what was my definition of happiness. And I remember there was a moment during the pandemic where I just thought, in this moment, I can't imagine being any happier. And I was at home with my family and I was working in my vegetable garden and the sun was shining and I didn't have anything I had to do, no phone calls I had to make, no emails I had to answer. And I'm just digging in the dirt, and it was just, and I had something that I was going to cook for dinner that I enjoyed. And I just thought, don't forget this feeling. Don't forget this feeling. And I have completely, and I haven't replicated it since, and it's not good because the days go by so fast.
I know. And now you've got,
But you were sitting in gratitude in that moment, though.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like when we feel like, don't forget this, you have to also remember, like, you were actually being very present, though, and sitting in gratitude. And that can create another moment that's not exactly that. But I think that's the gift from that.
Yeah. No, you're right. And I'm we've moved, but I'm trying to figure out a way to make a little herb garden at least. I don't have the room to have the kind of garden I had in the other house, but I'm going to put in an herb garden, and I'm very excited about that. Because I've always enjoyed doing things with my hands. I used to sew a lot. I used to do, when I was a kid, I always did everything with my dad. He taught me how to use tools, and I shingled the roof with him when I was 11 years old, and just that kind of stuff. I loved that. And I need to keep reminding myself of that.
I want you to remember that, because I know right now, you're the queen of everything right now, and. But like there's, I know you, and I know that you feel a responsibility to push and go. I mean, I can't pick up my phone without seeing you on something right now because of Hacks 3rd season. Yeah. Congratulations, my love.
Thank you.
I can't, but I'm like, I want you to go rest. Like and I knock on wood, because I a long time ago when I was doing Sweet Charity, I said I really need a break, and literally the next week I broke my foot. So let's not go there. But anyway, literally the next week. But so I'm very careful with my words when I say things. But I know that I'm going to cry. You've had a really hard few years.
Sweetie.
And I just want you to have those. I want you to have those moments again, Mama. I want you to sit and pick tomatoes, or I don't know, something.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know. Sorry, I should probably stop talking for a second.
Oh,
I just know you've had a rough time, and I love you so much. And
I love you too, honey, so much.
It can be easy to forget when you see all of the wonderful accolades and everything that is so well deserved that's happening, but that there's also human beings behind these beautiful pictures and these beautiful stories that we get to tell. And there's still a lot of life happening, and it's important to honor that.
Yeah, no, it's funny. One day, and this was not in reference to my late husband, but it was something else that was going on with one of my kids that I remember. And I read that somebody said online, "Oh my God, it must be so great to be Jean Smart." And on that day, I felt like I was in hell.
yeah,
I just thought this is just so ironic, you know?
yeah.
But there's no reason people should know that. I mean, we're actors. They don't need to know about our private lives, and we don't want them to. But
I know.
It just is.
Except for with us, with this podcast is basically us talking. Not for you.
Yeah,
for when
but
Jamie and I are just by ourselves, we talk.
Yeah, but you guys are also doing something wonderful for everybody who listens to you. I mean, you're helping people, you know.
Yeah, but so that's why when we do have our friends on here, we never want you to feel like you have to say anything. No. And that's why I didn't say anything about whatever. But I did I did it for so many years. I took, everything that was going on in my life, and I didn't let anyone know. I mean, you were there when I had cancer. I was on Samantha Who when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I kept that from everybody, except for you and Kevin and Jen and Melissa, of course. But we do that. And then finally, at some point, it gets really exhausting, man, to like be holding, all these things. So I'm in the process of writing a book right now. And it's like, it's so freeing because I'm beholden to no one.
I'm so glad
it's just to like vomit out all the stuffs. But, I also feel like now I've done it. Now it's like, I've taken the veil and it's up, and I can't turn back and be like, well, that's private. I don't want to talk about that. That's just me.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm at, because I won't be probably working. I don't know, whatever.
Don't say that. We don't know.
I know.
That's right.
No.
Right.
But Jean, I know that you have talked about this, and that you had heart surgery in prior, and that you felt this obligation, and you felt terrible about holding up production. And then obviously the strike happened, and you guys, did you shoot your first season in COVID? Early COVID?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy.
But I wish I can understand why you felt the way you felt, but I wish you didn't have to feel a responsibility when you needed to take a moment to take care of yourself. And I mean,
it was, knowing that I was putting people out of work, and I'm thinking, well, if I'd taken better care of myself, maybe this wouldn't have happened, and I wouldn't be doing this to everybody. And then, of course, I felt the guilt of having to tell my children, who had lost their dad to a heart attack less than 2 years before. And I'm thinking, I have to call my, kids and say, oh, guess what? I have to go to the hospital. I'm having heart surgery. I mean, I couldn't fathom making that phone call,
But it's like, that's you, Jean. It's like, but it's also as me. It's like, you always feel this duty to everybody else. And then we push through. And the only person really at the end of it that we hurt in the end of it is ourselves. So that's what Jamie's kind of taught me now, is like, where do you take your own power and go, you know what, I can't today. But, we come from the same, brain thinking of, nope, we have to make sure everybody else is okay. Yeah. And that can kind of tear us apart sometimes, but I don't know.
I was sort of a middle child. And so I was always the one of the 4 kids. I was the one who was like, oh, no, don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat. Everything's going to make everything okay. And that was just my personality, just.
Yeah. Who was Little Jean? I don't know who Little Jean is. Who's Little Jean? Like, Did you have what were your shoes like? Like, what was little Jean like? I want to know that little
I
one.
wore saddle shoes.
I was going to say, did you wear saddle shoes?
I wore saddle shoes.
Were they white saddle shoes?
No, they were those ugly tan and brown ones.
Oh, those? Yes. Okay. I was thinking of Mary Jane. Sorry.
And
I don't know what I'm thinking.
And I walked to school in the rain half the time because I lived in Seattle. And I was a bit of a tomboy. I loved boys, though. But I was a tomboy.
Mm-hmm.
I had a crush on David Phillips and Mike Davis in grade school. And, I loved doing stuff with my dad. He would take me on the weekends. We'd always go to the dump or the lumber yard or the hardware store. Whenever I go to those places, I think of my dad. And it's always just a really nice memory. And I was the family ham, You see pictures and I'm the only one like making a goofy face or something. But
did you when was the moment that you wanted? Sorry, I'm gonna have you ask the question because I'm taking some medicine.
When was the moment you knew you wanted to be an actress? Is that was the question?
But thought she was going to spit into a spittoon.
That might happen too.
Maybe I should have asked the question before I took my medicine. Like, was there something that inspired it? Did you see a movie that inspired it? Was it a place to escape? Like what? Because obviously you're so bad word good at it. So what was it? What was that thing?
Well, I mean, like I said, I'd always sort of been the family ham, but also too, my sister, she was like the organizer, she was always wanting to, she used to make me when I was a kid. She said she wanted to be a teacher when she grew up. So she would make me sit at a little desk and take tests. Now, meanwhile, I'm wanting to go outside and ride my bike or climb trees, but I would just do it. And she'd tell me to do it and I'd do it. And I'd sit at this little desk and she'd give me arithmetic tests and spelling tests. And then I had to sit there while she graded them. Thank God I was a good student.
I love that you said arithmetic. I love it.
Me too.
Because no one says arithmetic
instead of math.
Sorry, go ahead. So you would take your tests.
Dating myself. But I mean, I would do that, and then she'd organize little clubs and then she decided that we needed to put on a play in the neighbor's garage and I was in it and we'd sell popcorn and then she decided we needed to put a parade on. We should put on a couple of parades in the neighborhood. This was back before kids, just didn't play outside. We were
went missing.
The whole neighborhood, with all the boys and everything. And the boys, I must say, were very good sports about this stuff. And we did one parade where I was a bride. I don't know why. I was a bride and they pulled me in a wagon. I had a veil. And we had a minister and I married my best friend's brother, Billy. And, we would just do crazy stuff like this. But it was fantastic. It was a great, great childhood. We'd play kick the can in the summer until it got too dark to see the flipping can. The whole neighborhood. It was awesome. I can't remember your question. Oh, yes, about acting.
Yeah, no, I love the whole. Yeah,
so,
it was
so
beautiful. I could
started
see
putting on little plays and stuff. But yeah, when I was a senior, I did a couple of plays in high school, and I decided that's what I wanted to major in, much to my mother's dismay.
And then, did you go to college where did you go to college? Sorry, I love these things.
No, I went to the University of Washington in Seattle, my hometown, where my mother had gone, my father had gone. They met there on a blind date. Where my grandmother had gone and my great aunt, her sister had gone and her daughter had gone, who went on to become the dean at Radcliffe. It was great because I wanted to go to WSU, Washington State University, which is in Eastern Washington, in more agricultural climate, East Washington. And because my sister had gone there, she made it sound like fun. I thought it'd be fun to go away to school, but I can thank diabetes when you're trying to look for a silver lining with an illness. If it hadn't have been for me being a diabetic, my parents probably would have said, sure, yeah, you can go to WSU. But because it was still fairly recent, it had been about 4 years since I'd been diagnosed, my mother was very uncomfortable with me going across the other side of the state to go to school. So they encouraged me to go to the University of Washington, which is 20 minutes away, 15 minutes away. And if they hadn't done that, I don't know what it would have become of me because there was virtually no drama department at WSU. And the one at University of Washington was stellar. And I can't even imagine what would have happened.
Lucky for us.
I'm thinking a lot of flannel. I'm thinking you might have, I don't know, little Timberlands and a lot of flannel. This episode of Messy is brought to you by Maybelline.
You all know Maybelline. Maybelline for over a century has provided accessible makeup to give everyone the self-confidence to express themselves. They're the #1 makeup brand in the world. And so because of that, Maybelline has a platform and a power to make an impact from the inside out, and they are doing just that. They have created...
Now, can I talk, Jamie?
Fine, tell them.
This is why they have created Brave Together. It's an initiative designed to help those facing anxiety and depression, by funding free professional one-on-one support so that no one has to struggle alone. Mm-hmm. I needed to tell people that,
I'm so glad
Jamie.
You did. Mental health challenges like anxiety and depression can be so difficult to manage on your own. We have talked about that at length here. You need a friend, you need a professional, whatever it may be. And so Maybelline New York has created the Brave Talk training to help people navigate mental health conversations with their friends. How awesome is that? Christina, tell them. It's the acronym.
I'm going to tell you, okay, there's 5 easy steps to having a Brave Talk. Brave, BRAVE.
Yep.
If you can spell Brave, acronym, is be present, right setting, ask questions, validate feelings, and encourage action.
Mm-hmm. Because it is so brave to ask for help. So let's be brave together. Maybelline's committed to donating $10 million to NGO partners and providing free access, like Christina said, to one-on-one professional support to 3 million people by 2025 so that no one has to struggle alone.
If you or someone you know is experiencing anxiety or depression, Maybelline New York is funding free confidential support. Text TOGETHER. That's TOGETHER to 741-741 or visit Maybelline.com/brave together to learn more.
Support for Messy comes from ZocDoc. We all know there's things in life that we compromise on, right? You know, putting off that renovation or putting off calling that friend for lunch or going to the grocery store. But when it comes to your health, we know there should be and can be no compromise. So don't go back to that one doctor who uses your appointment to catch up on the latest headlines, you know? Check out ZocDoc. It's a place where you can find and book doctors who will make you feel comfortable, listen to you, and prioritize your health. You can search by location. It's so easy to use. They have availability, location, insurance. So literally, again, no compromises here because with ZocDoc, you've got more options than you even know. If you don't know what ZocDoc is a free app and a website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you, and you can instantly book appointments with them online. So again, once you find the doc you want that's in your network, you book with them immediately. There's no waiting online or holding with a receptionist. All these doctors are verified. They have reviews from actual real patients. And we're talking about booking appointments with tens of thousands of different top-rated patient-reviewed credible doctors and specialists. So go to ZocDoc.com/messy and download the ZocDoc app for free and then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That is ZocDoc.com/messy, ZocDoc.com/messy.
So yes, your parents wouldn't let you go, and thank God for that. And
yeah.
And then, like, did you go to New York? Did you go to LA? Like, what was your next? Because we know those are the 2 steps.
I went to college at the University of Washington for 5 years. I got a BFA, and I was in a really good program that was a very small program that was sort of, you had to audition to get into it, and it was separate from the regular drum department, and it was really more intensive, really terrific experience. And then when I got out, I worked at all the local professional theaters because there were quite a few then, not so many as now, which is unfortunate. But and they'd all seen me in plays in college, so I just kept working. And I didn't make much money, but you're young and you're single and you don't have kids. And it's like, no, next month's rent will show up somehow. But I was always doing plays. And then I finally decided it was time to go to New York. And I don't know, I guess I was 28 or something. And so I went to New York.
Did you love New York or did you hate New York? That's always a thing. Like either you hate New York or you love New York.
I think I liked it, but I don't.
Or you could like it too.
I think I liked it, but I don't think it was very healthy for me back then. But again, there a weird little twist of fate started my career because I was crashing at a friend from college, her apartment on the Upper West Side, and I would look in the trades looking for auditions, and I'd kind of take the ones that I figured I could find because I didn't know the city at all. And there was one at a woman's apartment fairly close to my friend's apartment. So I thought, oh, I can find that one. And it sounds like there's a lot of good women's parts in this play. It was a play about 7 gay women who, hang out. Anyway, so I went to this woman's apartment, and she had been in New York, I don't know, a few weeks. And I walked in, and she was sitting there, and she was a very interesting looking person. She was about as wide as she was tall, and she had on overalls, and she had on a little leather cap that came
Don't talk about me like that, lady.
Came down tight around her head. And I saw just a fringe of hair peeking out, and it was neon shocking pink. And she had a couple nose rings. I don't think I'd ever met anybody with a nose ring until then. And I was thinking, wow, we're not in Kansas anymore, Cheto. But she actually was delightful. And she was a cabaret singer, and she had decided that it was going to be fun to direct a play. She herself was gay, and she wanted to direct this play that was about these gay women. And we're all friends. And so we started rehearsing, and she cast me in the lead. And we started rehearsing, and then there was something about it, I guess, in the trades or something, another callback for some other actresses or something. And the playwright's manager called her and said, "Excuse me, who are you? And who said you could do my client's play?" She didn't even know she had to get permission.
Oh my God.
to
do someone's play?
But she was so nice about it that she said, "Look, I'll tell you what, we don't want to do another production of that play, but I'll tell you what, Jane, the playwright, Jane Chambers, she's got a play that's been sitting in a drawer for years. She's never even heard it read out loud. If you want to do that one, you can have that one." And it was called Last Summer at Bluefish Cove. And so we did that one. And so Harriet cast me in the lead in that one. And it started my whole career. I got my first Broadway play. I got my first agent. And then I did it out here in LA, and I got a series on HBO from it. And yeah.
And now we have Deborah Vance, who to me is just one of the best female characters. I love seeing female characters just get richer and stronger. And watching her evolution, and you with Hannah, it gives me joy to watch. There's so few things you can watch that just give you joy. So thank you. I love it.
Thank you, honey. I can't say enough about our writers. I'm amazed at how the show keeps getting stronger and stronger. And, and we see sides of Deborah this season that are not particularly pretty.
Great.
When her ambition gets fired up, but people seem to like those parts of her. So,
well, I think those are important, because don't you think when you watch that, then you realize like, oh, I can be human too. I can fuck up sometimes, and I can be imperfect. And you know.
Because she is more self-aware now, and she does. In fact, she has a scene where she yells at Hannah, or at Ava, excuse me, saying, I blew this meeting with these people because of you, because I started thinking about something that I wouldn't normally have thought about, and I got mad at them and I left. And she's saying, "So you're mad at me because I make you like a better person?" She goes, yes.
It's brilliant.
So good, Mama. It's like, I don't know. It's like I wish you could feel how people feel about you right now, because we've all felt this about you, through the years, but it's like people are obsessed with Jean Smart. Obsessed. I mean, I saw you on some talk show. I can't remember what it was. And you were talking about how Harry Styles checks into hotels as Deborah Vance. Like literally the biggest pop music. Is that what he does? Sorry, I'm so bad at things. He's Harry Styles, but yes, big pop star in the world checks in as Deborah Vance into hotels. That is like, I mean, you've always been a legend to me and to everyone, but this is kind of like, I love
icon status.
People who are newer generations who get to explore you and get to know you. And that means this is just a trajectory that's just going to keep going. And it's one of the most exciting freaking things I get to watch from the sidelines.
Well, it's nice. I have to say it's very nice. People are very nice about it. And I just, it's still kind of amazing to me. And at least I know now, I feel like I can, constantly support my children. So I don't have to worry about that.
Well, yes. Yeah. At the end of the day, that's, we talk about that, about balancing being a parent and having this and that. At the end of the day, as long as they're good, nothing else matters except for, I just think it's just so exciting to me. And we don't want to keep you for long, but we do have one thing that we want to ask you. Okay. I play this game called 5 Favorite Movies. And in that, I can tell you psychologically about yourself. Sometimes people get mad at me and sometimes they don't, but you don't have to play. But if you can name without really putting too much thought into it, your 5 favorite movies.
Okay. Witness, absolutely, top of the list. And one of my favorite comedies, if not my favorite comedy, is the one with Sigourney Weaver and Tim Allen, where they're actors who were in a space trek type comedy, and then they get abducted. What's it called?
Galaxy Quest.
Yes,
there it is. Galaxy Quest.
I guess It's a Wonderful Life. Oh God, My Fair Lady. I mean, one of my favorite musicals, one of my favorite movies. Oh God. Oh, I loved the one with Cher, Moonstruck.
Okay.
Love that movie. Was that 5?
Okay, that's 5. Okay, this is hard because
God.
I do know you. I usually do among people that I don't really know.
That was a good list. That's a
really good list. I'm feeling like there's this through line of being magically feminine and maybe not have had that, like this whimsy. There's a whimsy to it that I'm feeling like things that were unachievable to you, maybe in your mind, I don't know.
That.
Okay.
I like that.
That's all I got.
Thank you, doctor.
Because then I'm going to be like, and then you went to school in Seattle.
And how did you feel about your mother?
How did you feel about your college? No, I once did.
And there's an integrity. There's an integrity.
Yeah. See, she's starting to get.
I'm starting to learn from you. I'm starting to learn.
I once told a girl, and I always say this, and I know it's horrible. I said, I think you might have been molested by your uncle. And I know this is a horrible thing. She literally started crying and yelled at me and got up. And I was like, oh.
Ooh, a little too close to home.
A little too close to home. So anyway, that's how the game started, is I can really kind of tap into your own. Anyone can play it because you can see the through line. Like mine's really easy. Like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Hey, that's all I need to say. All that jazz. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? The Fisher King. Like, are you feeling like the nuts?
I forgot about the Fisher King. I love the Fisher.
Are you feeling the nuts? The nutter butter?
Yeah, there's a little theme there. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's easy.
Give me all your nuts. I love all your nuts.
Where did the nuts come from?
All that jazz. Yeah.
Oh, but the first, Fisher King was a brilliant.
I know, right? I taught a class at my daughter's school the other day, and
you did?
I did for the drama and the film departments, and
fun.
Like a Q&A more than anything. And it's like they were asking me of my favorite performances, and I literally couldn't think of anything except for just like Sophie's Choice, like the obvious. And then I walked away and I was like, fuck, Fisher King. Like, I want them to go study that movie or study Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, where Mike Nichols made a movie with 4 people in it that's 3 hours long. And you're still like, holy crap, I want more of that. And I wish I could. Well, now I'm telling them. I'm telling them now, go watch those movies.
Good. No, but you know what it is? It's like when I know 1,000 jokes, but if somebody asks me to tell a joke, I just go blank.
Yeah.
And then I remember 15 of them on the way home.
I only remember ones that are completely offensive and I can't go there. Like, I can't think of like smart ones. I just think of ones that will get me so canceled out of this lifetime that that's the only stuff I remember.
Oh, God.
Well, that's when you be like Deborah Vance and you hire a young writer to keep you on the straight and narrow. You don't offend anyone too much.
When I was a kid, my mom, she had been doing plays in New York for years, before she had me. And she was working with someone like, I think she was doing like Othello or something with like Shakespeare. I don't know, Shakespeare something.
Was she Desdemona?
I think so, yeah. And she did a lot of cool stuff with like a lot of cool people that I can't remember their names because I have MS. That's my excuse for everything now. Anyway, she had this actor that would walk down the hallways if he messed up in the first act, and he'd go, fuck, shit, piss, come, cunt. Fuck, shit, piss, come, cunt. Over and over. Ooh. And my mom taught me how to say that when I was 5, you guys.
Well, you never had a chance. Thanks, Mom.
I didn't have a chance, Jeannie.
Wow.
Never had a chance.
Nope.
That should be the title of your book.
It's
we know what my title is going to be, but we'll save that. But yeah,
what
fuck,
was
shit,
it?
piss, come, cunt. No,
that's the title of your book.
Fuck, shit, piss, come, cunt.
I mean, all those words with the K sounds in them. It's very
feels good saying it. Like,
I was going to say that I need to practice that. That sounds like
I'll send it to you so you can have. And it's like it's like it's got
those
all the
plosives.
Yeah,
and all the right amount of consonants and all that stuff. I think on that note,
what a joy, Jean.
Oh, sweetie. Thanks, you guys.
We love you so much.
Congratulations on all the well-deserved moments. I hope you find more beautiful, quiet moments and even more big moments. And just, I hope I get to meet you one day. You're just
we
wonderful.
have to. Yes, we have to. Yes.
When you come up for air, you know what you need to do.
Yes, we will convene to Christina's house and
in the bed. Jeannie,
I'll bring food and we'll jump on her bed.
Yep, Jamie knows the bedtimes.
I can't.
It always sounds weird when I tell people that people come over and lay in bed with me,
but that's great bed.
It's a great place to be. But we have to have more of those, my love. I miss you very much.
Yeah, you too, honey.
Anyway, I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. And
you too,
this has been such a thrill.
Thank you.
Thank you. What a dream. Christina, you always just, you pull through with the best of the best. I think she's like a lesson in just honoring oneself and making decisions for oneself and nobody else. And I think that that's like, can apply to all the areas of things. But I've got a card.
Oh, cards.
Bring this. Well, Jean's off the Zoom now, so I can curse. Bring this shit home.
Okay, there we go.
As the traveler who has lost his way throws his reins on his horse's neck and trusts to the instinct of the animal to find his road, so must we do with the divine animal who carries us through this world.
I like that.
I do too. Our animal's fucking crazy.
Yep.
We got a wild one, that's for sure.
She's a little limpy bitch.
But she's bringing us somewhere. So, if you're here for the ride with us.
Yeah, we've got this.
We have
to trust. It's trusting. It's trusting in the universe, which we've talked about a million times.
I feel like our animal's like a camel. It's like kind of clumsy and humpy, but like cool.
Yeah, and it hurts your vagina.
Yes.
It's a real vagina bruiser.
Real fucking vagina beater.
Have you ever ridden a camel? It's literally the freaking worst.
It's terrible. That's why I said MS is a camel.
It's the worst. Dusty vagina bruiser.
That's it.
There you go.
And so it is.
Oh, and so it is. This show is executive produced by Christina Applegate, Jamie-Lynn Sigler, and Allison Bresnick. Our audio engineer is Josh Windisch.
And if you want to show us some love, don't forget to leave the show a rating or review. Hi, it's Jamie. Thanks for listening. I just want to let you know I am a paid spokesperson for Novartis, but this podcast is independent from my collaboration with Novartis.